Good evening and welcome to Coach Les with Less is More Coaching. I want to talk to you tonight about friendship and the integrity of friendship. How many of you had friends that you lost during COVID? Like during that time, and I know the time is still happening right now, but at the beginning, when people had different points of view about whether COVID, how real it was, how dangerous it was, and we all had different points of view. And now, even with all the data, there are people seems to be in two worlds. There are those people that wear masks and those people that don't want to wear masks, and those people that like going to the States for vacation where there's no masks, and those people that want to wear masks. What's the answer? So here's the thing. People have different points of view. And some say, well, the scientists say this. Others say this. Is it worth losing friends over this? The second thing was the political election of 2020. There were so many people that were at odds all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And during that time, I watched tons of people lose friends, give up on their friendships, walk away because they didn't believe the viewpoint that the other person shared. Now, tonight I want to talk about the integrity of that friendship. Because when you think about it, do we want everybody in the world to be just like us? Or do we want people that have high values, high morals, that may be educated, maybe go to the same church, have the same religion? And do we want us all to be the same? Or is there an opportunity for us to be a little bit different, to share our point of view and acknowledge the other person for their point of view, because that's their integrity. That's their world. So this may be a very controversial video today that I'm making, and it's going out there live. And why am I doing it? I'm doing it for several reasons. One, I want people to start to look in the mirror. What drew you to have a friendship with that person in the beginning? Was it because everything they said was the same as everything you thought? No, it's not. It's consider that what drew you to the friendship was that you experienced them as perhaps an intelligent person that had a variety of interests. Some were the same as yours that you could share, and others were different, but yet the way they looked at them had you get interested in who they were, how they showed up, and really in a moment we thought, I like this person. I'd love to learn more about this person and spend some time with them. And then, in my case, the wives met, they got along, and all of a sudden now, here we are creating a friendship. Now, if I suddenly find out that that person has a different view about something, is it worth ending the friendship over that different view? Or do we get interested in why they have that different view and see perhaps, their upbringing, their life, the integrity of their world created that opportunity? And even though it's different, would it be something that would push us apart? Or could we support each other? Well, I'm here to tell you that I've found a place that allows people to have different points of view, that brings people together. And it's a place called Clubhouse. It's an app where people get together and sit in a podcast-like environment where you can see a picture of the person that's sharing. You can hear their voice. There are people that are up on stage that are the leaders of the conversation. Then there are people that are up on stage that are there asking questions or donating their conversation. And then there's an audience, and there are two places in the audience. There's the one place in the audience that they are familiar with somebody who's speaking or a moderator. And then there are those people that are new, that may not be connected to anybody up on stage. Now, what I've been connected to this. I was introduced by Edwin Edebiri from the Happy Neighborhood Project on January 30th. I checked it out and went, nah, this is not for me. I really don't want another social media place, another place where hate could go back and forth and people could write stuff and then it gets misinterpreted, blah, 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 and all that. Context is missing again. I didn't really see the value in it. 2 weeks later, on February 12th, I found out I was not going to be going to Haiti on my missions trip. And I was really sad. Shed a few tears about it, actually. And I went to Clubhouse on my app, and I got connected. And I've now been there a tremendous amount of time. I've gotten to know a lot of different people from around the world. And here's what I want to say about the communication of the integrity of the friendship that's being formed with people on Clubhouse is you get to know them by their voice, by their ideals. And even if their ideals may be different than yours, you appreciate who they are in all the conversations, how they contribute to other people, and you get connected. We're all there with a common purpose, and that is to support uplifting other people by communication, by offering our wisdom and our understanding and sharing it with them. You get to be in different rooms with different topics with some leaders in their field that may support what you're up to. For those of you that like people like Grant Cardone, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, there's somebody. Hold on one second. I've got a book sitting right here that is super cool. This book, Go Givers Sell More, Bob Burg. I had the opportunity to meet Bob Burg, and it was wonderful being in a room with him. Came in and he shared, and I've been in rooms with Grant Cardone. Now, I haven't been to any of his big productions where you spend a lot of money, or J.T. Fox, Brad Hagar, Manny Fernandez. I would never have met these people. I would never have been drawn to them, but I've listened to them. I've seen them now on Clubhouse. I've heard them share. I've heard them work with people, and I've gained a new respect for who they are. I've heard Grant Cardone as he's hanging around his house at the end of a long day, and he's sharing some of his personal insights on business and supporting some people that are on stage. And to hear the compassion and the realness in their voice that isn't in front of a camera on a show stage floor, dressed in his $1,000 suits, all made up in front of TV cameras, to hear the realness of him, his wife, to hear J.T. Fox and his wife, to hear John Legere, who the former CEO of T-Mobile, share from his heart, and to hear some of these people, Forbes Riley, to hear her share some of her wealth of wisdom and knowledge, and many, many other people, to hear people going through tribulations that start projects, Jay Noland and his wife, Lena, that were fired up against by the media, that took and tore them down and accused them of things, and then to suddenly hear them get vindicated this week and find out that it was a lot of garbage. It was typical drama, story, lies, half-truths that have been generated into the media, that made up falsehoods, that then literally almost ruined their life, took them tore them down, and they got to build back up. And with amazing people like some of the people on Clubhouse, Mo Rock, he got underneath them, supported them. They have a Clubhouse group, a club on Clubhouse that is lifting people up. It is supporting people. And to hear these phenomenal stories going back and forth and getting connected to real people across the globe. And most recently, going down to Florida and meeting some of them. And there's this new acronym. It's called IRL, in real life, which is now a thing because of Zoom, because of Clubhouse, because of the internet and the medium, and people having to be cloistered in their homes because of this pandemic, to meet people that you've spoken with and get to know. I had the privilege of going down with Kristen to visit family and to visit friends in Florida and meeting Jack Matthews and Rachel Lynch and Mark Siegel, and seeing them in person, getting to actually see and experience, knowing how well we bonded virtually and over the radio, quote unquote, over Clubhouse. I invite you to come and take a look. The friendships that are being formed and the integrity starts from the grassroots called communication. And it has been a phenomenal journey of learning that there's more to a friendship than the bling or the house or a car or this or that. How do we show up? How do we dress? But finding out what's behind the voice, learning who a human being is, watching them. By watching, I mean visualizing them as they interact with people on a stage and support them and hearing their heart. I have many people that I've met and started to admire and really see the possibility of long-term friendships with these people. It's miraculous. And the friendships that are being formed and watching the bonds between people is something worth looking into. With that, I'm going to close this video down. I hope you enjoyed listening. I hope that this provided a little bit of insight as to what Clubhouse can provide. And I thank you for your time listening to this and experiencing what's possible with communications, integrity, and the integrity of friendship. Good night. I love you all. Thank you.
Coaching with Les has doubled my practice.
If you have any struggles in your business or your personal life, Les is your guy.
He's logical, he's empathetic, he has passion for helping people, and his ideas are genuinely thoughtful.
So if you're looking for a business coach with integrity, choose Les Hill.